scoop, and release. Woo! How we doing? Okay. I'm going to set that there for a moment. So we're going to take a twisting lunge, twisting bridge. We're going to take a lunge here. I am going to take a stabilization ball. And I have a new one. It's filthy. I ordered, this is my irritation. Ooh, that really needs to be cleaned. Why? Something goopy on there. Bug? Maybe. I'll clean those after. I thought it was going to be the same size as this. Does that look like the same size to you? It is not. Anyway. All right. I'm going to show you the foot position first. This is a staggered lunge, right? Staggered foot lunge. So see how wide my feet are? I'm going to step back even wider. So I want to be secure side to side. I want to be able to slide forward. I want to be stable in my base, right? And then we're going to turn. You could grab a towel. You could just press your hands together. I want you to relax your shoulders. And we're going to turn and twist toward that forward leg, okay? And then we'll switch. But we're going to do one side, 8, and then switch. And I'm already feeling that in my glute. So I'm going to take my staggered lunge. And this could be as long or as narrow as you are comfortable with, right? I want you to be stable. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Scoop the belly. I'm a little tuck of the tailbone down. Relax the shoulders. Bring your hands up to your chest. Elbows are relaxed. Okay? Inhaling. And we're exhaling. And I'm turning towards that leg. Inhaling, unwind. Scoop that belly. Inhaling. That was 2. I'm soft in the back knee. That was halfway. Slow down. If you feel like you're going too fast, you are. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to step up. Take a little forward fold. You know what I forgot? My water. I'm going to take some water over here. I'm going to step back and out with my left foot. Kaboom. I want to be soft, right, in that back knee. I'm off my toes, though. I'm in the ball of the foot. Little shrug of the shoulders. I'm going to give myself a little tuck of the tailbone. Woo! Low belly, belly button, ribs. Pelvic floor scooped up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, unwind. Double check that Pilates zip up. This is all about the space from the shoulder blade down the back to the ribs to the belly button. That was 3. Now I'm already getting tired. 4, because we stabilized on the other side. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Whew. Woo. I'm going to lift feet up. Lift feet up. Whew. All right, we're moving on. Woo. So we did our twisting lunges. Oh, we're going to add, I forgot. Whew. I am going to grab that ball again. Sorry. Whew. We're going to twist here, but we're adding the plie. So we're going to pick up our foot and pivot a little and come back and put the foot down, right? Pick up your foot, practice, pivot a little, come back and put your foot down. So that means I'm going to turn my feet out a little more widely than I normally would. So I'm going to be more in a horse stance, right? Than in between sumo and horse. So maybe this is goddess. All right, so here's horse, do-do, right? Here's goddess. Here's sumo. Got it? Okay, so we're coming into goddess. Just, do I make this shit up? Of course I do. Everybody does. All of life, everything's made up. What do you think? What do you think? This is not the natural order. Pull your pelvic floor up and in. Scoop the belly. Rock the shoulders back. All fucking made up. Whew. Bringing my hands in. So I'm going to lift my right foot. I'm going to turn and lunge to the left. I'm going to turn back and plant the heel. Yes? Give me a little squeeze down. Little lift. Lift the left foot. Turn. Whoo. And lunge to the right. Coming on up. And back. And plie. Pulse. Coming up. Turning. Back to center. I'm going to readjust my foot a little. Slipped. Lift and turn lunge. Now, I'm keeping my knee back off my foot, or out from over my foot. Whew. That lunge is in the heel, right? Right here. Plie. Coming on up. I'm going to double check I'm calling that the right thing, but I think I am. I took ballet, as all little girls do, I think, for several years. But I am a bulky woman. I'm not a lithe, although Misty Copeland, woo, what a goddess. I've referenced her in my book. I just lost count. I'm going to say this was 3, maybe 4. Ooh, I got to take a rest. Let's do 2 more. She changed the world for ballerinas everywhere. But ballerinas are lithe and slender, willowy creatures. That ain't me. Whew. Then I moved to gymnastics. Here we go. I don't know why I didn't really love gymnastics. I think I was afraid of the back flip. I think that's where my fear got the better of me. And then, of course, I did a little ice skating. But then I found jazz and modern dance. Woo! I could let my freak flag fly. And release. I let my boogie out. All the things. And then I blew my knee out. That kind of fucked me up a little bit. I played tennis. I water skied. I was a runner, jogger, plotter. And then I found yoga. And then I could do all of the other things that I loved so much. Okay, we're going to come down. We're going to inchworm it down. We're going to take a little mountain climber. And then we're going to go to a plank and then a Pilates push-up. And then we will move to our backs and work from there. Let me just double check what I've got going on. Bicycles, twisting, roll-ups. We're going to do those. We just did a twisting lunge. We just did the plie twisting. And okay. So now we're going to go down. We're going to inchworm down into a plank. And then we're going to take some pulses there. Then we're going to work our mountain climbers. And then we're going to come in a little bit for our crouching tiger work. And then we're going to plank it. And then our plank or Pilates push-ups. And then we'll come to our backs. All right. So let's just walk down in control to a plank. Now, plank is a little higher than you think it should be. I want you to scoop the belly up, soften the elbows, shrug the shoulders down. We're going to lift. We're going to come in and touch. Place the foot. Lift and point. Come in and touch. Place the foot. Lift and point. Come in and touch. Place the foot. Now you can see this is an approximation of the mountain climber. What we're doing is taking it all the momentum out of the movement. I stop breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. One more, because I forgot what side we started on. And down. Whoo! I'm going to grab some extra water. Shake out those wrists. Little rocky, rocky, rocky. Whoo! When you take all of the momentum out. So a mountain climber, right, is when you're in that plank pose and you're running your feet back, right? Hoo, 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 hoo. And you can see, that's a cardio workout, right? You're getting your blood pumping. You're amping up your cardiovascular system. You're getting your heart rate up. That's your cardiovascular system. I don't know why I said that. And so you are getting a workout. And this is me talking while I, gear up for the next round. The challenge, my difficulty with those kinds of exercises is because you're moving so quickly, you're going to lose your form, right? You're not going to be able to keep your core active. You're not going to be able to keep out of your shoulders. The tendency might be to lock your elbows. And so you're going to be all wiggledy-piggledy. Higgledy-piggledy, higgledy-piggledy. I'm going to look that up and see if that means what I think it means. That being said, now let's get into our crouching tigers. All right. Single-legged crouching tigers with the pulse. All right. So this is very similar to what we just did. But rather than starting in plank, we're starting here. Bring those feet in for pike. We're lowering the knees. You've got to scoop your belly here and lean back. Yes? All right. I'm going to bring my right knee up. I'm going to lengthen and scoop in. I'm going to lengthen and scoop in. I'm lengthening and scooping in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming on down. You can sit on your hip. I'm going to take a break. Now you'll see I kept a powerful bend in the knee of the supporting leg because I want this scoop of the belly as we work. right? A lot of that weight is in the core there. Ready? Right side, left side. Right foot, left up. I don't remember, but we're going to work with our left leg. Oh, holy Toledo. Why is Toledo holy? I'm going to look that up. All right. I think I say that about once a month. I'm going to do that today. Holy Toledo. Shrug those shoulders. Soften the knees. Give me the crouch. Scoop the belly. This is a roundness. My hips are tucked. You can feel it. I'm going to lengthen and draw it in. And lengthen and draw it in. And lengthen. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, woohoo! How are we feeling? Those were hard. In fact, I'm going to shift gears. We're not going to go Pilates push-ups because Pilates push-ups are a lot. We're going to do some low inchworming and then we'll hit our back and do some bridge work, some roll-ups, some twisting. Oh. All right, here we go. So I'm coming down to a low plank, but I'm going to be, it's actually a low pike. Well, plank and then pike. I'll show you. Excuse me. Come to the forearms. Thumbs toward the ceiling. Fingers can be relaxed. You can have relaxed fists. Elbows are slightly back, but mostly stacked under the shoulders. Hollow the chest up. I want you to feel there. Feel this. This is work right here. I'm holding my body weight up. I'm light on my forearms. In fact, we could hold here, and that would be a workout. You can hear it in my breathing. I'm going to step out and step out. So I'm in this low plank, booty up, right? I'm going to come down, just touch the knees to the mat and squeeze up. I'm going to exhale and lift and exhale and lift and exhale and lift. And let's go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come on in. Feeling the challenge. Feeling the challenge. All right, here we go. Itchy, itchy, itchy. So there's going to be, no, not even going to go there. Here we are. All right, I'm taking some more water. I'm taking my first round, I'm taking my resistance band. Remember, if you don't have these, that's fine. I really like them for a variety of reasons. And my resistance band is right above the knee. Okay, little rock side to side. Scooching my heels in. So we're going to start with bridge. And this isn't, well, let's start with pelvic tilts, and then we'll extend to bridge. And then we'll work bridge twist, and then we will work some roll-ups. We'll see where we're at after that. All right. I'm in a cactus arm because I don't want to press into my arms here, right? I don't want to press into my hands. I want to press into my triceps and shoulder blades. And if I come here, I'm automatically up on my forearms and I'm going to start pressing into the mat. So you can come here, tuck those elbows close and rest your hands on your ribs. Actually, maybe that's what I'll do. Because I want the weight of your upper body in those triceps and scapula, shoulder blades. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Scoop the low belly. Belly button, ribs. Inhale. Exhale, just the pelvic tilt. This is not even really a push into the feet. Inhale, so much as it is a draw together of the rib cage and the pelvic cradle. I'm barely taking my hips off the floor. For lack of a better description, it's a tiny, tiny reverse crunch. That was 3. Each time you rest, pull the pelvic floor up and in. Low belly, belly button, ribs. 3 more. 2 more. So if you're feeling it in the quads, you're not deep enough, you're going too high, and you're not deep enough in the core. All right. Now we are adding the adductors and the thighs, right? Because we're going to go up and do a Pilates bridge, which is different breathing than the yoga bridge, Divipadipedam, right? When we're breathing in yoga, we're inhaling on the way up and using the lungs to stretch the muscles of the torso. In Pilates, we're exhaling on the way up to engage the core, right? We want to engage the transverse abdominis, which is the abdominal muscle which wraps all the way around the body. We ready? Inhale, pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button, ribs. Exhale. Scooping, 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 scooping. Inhale here, and now exhale, scoop, 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 scoop. And inhale, pull everything up and in. Scoop, 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 squeeze those glutes. Tuck, 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 tuck. Pull everything up and in. Scoop, 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 scoop. I think that was 4. 4 more. Three more. That sip of air, that inhale at the top of that bridge is the tiniest sips of air because you're engaged. All of your muscles are wrapped around and you're breathing against the activation of the diaphragm. 2 more. Yes, I needed a little break. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs. Rock those shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop, scoop, scoop. One more. Oh, I'm feeling it. And releasing. Couple of deep breaths. Grab a drink of water. Actually, I'm going to do that myself. So dry here. My lips are cracking. My fingers are cracking. My knuckles are cracking. All right, so we're going to work that bridge, and we're going to do a little hip dip twist. A hip dip twist. Ooh, that sounds like a dance. The hip dip twist. Oh, if we lived in the 50s, which we don't anymore, people. The 50s were not so great for a lot of us. Anybody who was, not white and male, scooch those heels down or scooch those glutes down to the heels. Weight of the bodies in triceps and shoulder blades. We're inhaling, pulling the pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button, ribs. We're going to squeeze up and exhale. We're going to hold here. I want you to dip and twist that left hip down. Inhale, scoop it up. Exhale. Inhale, dip and twist the right hip down. Inhale, exhale up. Squeeze. That was one. Each time you pause, I want you to pull the pelvic floor up and in. Check your Pilates zip up. You can hear it in my voice. That was 4. Last side. And squeeze. Take an inhale and lower down. Bring those knees up. All right. Whew. I'm going to take that tension band off. Whew. All right, we're going to do some half roll-ups because I'm too tired to do a full one. There's a couple of ways to do this. If you're feeling it or you need the support, you can put your feet on the mat, knees to the ceiling. You can tuck a pillow or a blanket behind the back of the legs. You could, if you wanted, grab your wedge or a blanket and tuck it up under the hips. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. This is a half roll up. I'm going to try it with my legs extended. All right. Scooping. It's very hard for me to access my pelvic cradle in this position. I don't know why. I'm sure there's some sort of physiological reason. I'm going to do my best. Low belly, belly button, ribs. Hands are going to rest, palms down on the mat. Inhaling. I'm going to roll. I'm going to half roll up. I'm taking my chin and tucking. I'm going to roll up to my shoulder blades. Inhale and come down. And exhaling. Now, this is a prep for a much larger movement, which is this one where we come here and we go, oh, it's not happening, and coming down. This would be a stronger version, right? Where we actually pick up our legs a little. See it? Nope, not happening today. Four more. I'm starting to sweat. And 1. So the larger roll up would go here. Little lift of the feet. And down. Lift and roll down. Oh, I can roll down. It's the rolling up part that's I got questions about. All right. Whew. That's spurred a hot flash. Now we're finishing off with some bicycles, Pilates bicycles. Then we're going to stretch. Whew. I keep bumping my knuckle is split right there, and I keep hitting it on this platform. It's kind of bugging me. All right. I'm making some tallow today. I'm going to add some lanolin to it. See if that improves my... So dry here. So dry. I'm going to have to drag the hose around too. Whew. Dry, 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 dry. Oh, right. What are we doing here? Bicycles. This is not your standard bicycle. I'm going to rest my head on the fingertips, right? I want to keep my shoulders and my elbows open. I'm not rounding my face. I'm going to put my feet on the mat, and we're only going to lift 1 foot at a time because we're taking all of the momentum out of this movement. All right? I want you to pull your pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale. And we're going to twist up to the elbow and bring the knee in as you exhale. Inhale, unwind. It's that fast or that slow. We're holding here. If you need to take a sip of air, take that sip of air. I want you to deepen your activation of the core. Now I'm taking this down an energy notch because we normally would extend the legs or float the knees. But we've done some heavy lifting. That was halfway. Scoop, 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 scoop. That's just a reminder to me to go deeper into the core and hollow out my belly button. 3 more. And I'm rolling my shoulder blade off the mat. 2 more. Try to keep your face relaxed. Last one. And release. All right, bringing my fingers behind the knees. I'm going to roll up. Oh, did you hear that? That was a thumper. That was not a good roll up. Sweating. All right, we're going to stretch. You ready? You ready? 1 leg out. 1 leg in, modified Z. I want you to reach out toward, your leg. I'm feeling my hamstring. I'm feeling my adductor. I'm feeling my transverse abdominis. I'm feeling my rhomboids and my latissimus dorsi. Holy cow. So much work we did today. I posted that thing about that young girl. Here's the problem. When you're young, you can make all kinds of statements. You know why? Because you don't know a fucking thing. You really don't. You don't know a thing. You don't know how hard life can be. Well, you might know a little bit. Depends, right? There's exceptions to everything. But if you're going to make a blanket statement about how if someone weighs 200 pounds, they don't belong in a Pilates class. I'm going to parallel my legs here and come to a forward fold. I'm feeling my hips a little. Pressing outward to the inside of my knees and taking my fold. If you can make those kinds of blanket statements, I guarantee you that you don't really know anything. People who've lived a life, people who've scrabbled, people who have fought, people who have not had, a certain amount of privilege, don't make statements like that because they know life's fucking hard. Or they just turn into assholes. She could just be a fucking asshole. I don't know. She is an asshole. That's a gimme. Switch the placement of the legs. Lean into those knees. She made a statement. She was a Pilates instructor. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should not belong in a Pilates class. Yeah, well, fuck you. Because that's a ridiculously random number one. Right? And number two, you can be working toward losing weight if you want, if that's your thing. And the other thing is you can have massive core strength at 200 pounds. I mean, it's just a random number, right? You don't know. I weigh 180 pounds. Now, if you met me in person, like if you know me in person, there's no way you'd look at me and say, oh, you weigh 180 pounds. There's no way. You just don't know. So keep your mouth shut. I'm going to widen up the stance and take a nice, lovely adductor stretch. I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of went on a rant. Ignore the GLP-1 ads. We got bigger problems than trying to recover that heroin chic, thin, emaciated, I'm doing drugs and not eating look. Jesus Christ. We did some work today. Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company, Yoga for the Rest of Us. All of the benefits, none of the fitness bullshit. And today was Pilates. I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm getting my ass on the mat. And you know what? I'm committed. I'm the only one in control of this process. And that's me, right? The buck stops here. I can only be in control of myself. And that is the fundamental truth of all of us. We are only in control of ourselves. And we have no right to dictate, direct, or comment on the way someone else is living if they are not hurting other people or animals or the environment. Oh, that's all I've got. Grace and kindness, motherfuckers. Grace and kindness. Ciao.